Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Dustin Starr here, coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee, the home of Rhythm and Brews, the pro wrestling capital in the world. Give you guys just a second to get in here and get live. Saturday afternoon, that means championship wrestling presented by Pro Shingle, just like the good old days, but better. Come on, let's be honest here. Welcome, everybody. What a show, man. Fastest hour in pro wrestling. Can you believe we cram pack that much stuff into one full hour? Hey, Kurt. I didn't know feature matches had live chat. Yeah, so last night we did the premiere for the Simone Cherie Heather Monroe match. And during a premiere, you can have a live chat. So if you guys like that, maybe we can premiere the feature matches instead of just having them scheduled, because they're scheduled all throughout the week. Hey, Lamb, how are you? Five in the sky. Oh, yeah, look at this. Got my 901 FC shirt on today because I'm going to head out to AutoZone Park for Memphis 901 FC soccer match. I'm going to be on the microphone out there. Oh, yeah. So let me get ready. Ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm kidding, but I will be out there today, so that'll be cool. Some live sports. They're actually allowed 1,000 fans at AutoZone Park. It's about a 12,000 seat stadium, AutoZone Park, but they're allowed 1,000 fans for socially distancing and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Destiny, welcome to the live chat. Hey, James. Yeah, so starting off the morning with wrestling and then ending with soccer, live soccer match. So that's pretty cool. What are you guys up to? Let's talk about some wrestling. Today's show was awesome. Anytime you have Gentleman Jervis versus Zicky Dice, oh man, what a fun match. We're going to have those guys featured on Monday's Championship Wrestling podcast presented by Be Free CBD, which, by the way, they opened their location and it looks awesome. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek on the inside of that on the podcast as well if you do watch on YouTube. Lamb, didn't know you are a soccer fan. This is great. Have fun. Yeah, we have a soccer club. This is, I believe, the second year of our soccer club. They were drawing about 10,000 fans per match. Jake, welcome to the live chat. How are you? So yeah, Memphis soccer is extremely popular. It's just with the pandemic, it's they've been trying to figure out how to do it safely, and so tonight's the first match back with fans. And Tim Howard, hopefully Tim Howard's on the goal. Wouldn't that be great? The legend. That's all right, Jake. If you missed the show live, you can always go back and check out all the previous episodes in full, absolutely free. Also, check those playlists. We're releasing some feature matches, all sorts of special segments all throughout the week. And also, there's a new women's division playlist. I know the women's division is extremely popular, so we kind of set those matches out to the side to where you can find them a little bit easier. Doing great today, man. It's a lovely day outside in Memphis, Tennessee. It is really hot. It's like 100 degrees. Should be awesome to be around people again, be safe, and have fun. Yeah, so, man, Destiny, I am fired up about it. Of course, we have to wear our masks, and there's certain protocol, temperature checks before you go in, and just different things to be safe. But I'll be up in the box, so mostly I'll be socially distanced from everybody anyway. They'll be able to hear me but not be able to see me. So James, so he says, follow up from the chat. What's going on with the NWA? Okay, here I got the scoop for you. So earlier this week, Billy Corgan had to post a message because there were rumors that the NWA was folding, especially with seeing guys like Ricky Starks and Eddie Kingston on AEW programming. The rumor just caught fire that they were closing down, and Billy Corgan said that is not the case. So as many of you know, Dave Lagana had to step down. Well, he didn't have to step down, but he stepped down from his position at NWA. So what they're having to do is regroup during this pandemic. Also, they can't run shows anyway unless they do it without a crowd. And if you do it without a crowd, then it's really hard to make money. And a company really needs to make money in order to continue to grow. We all know that. So NWA will be taping again at some point, probably on the other side of the pandemic, but they have not closed down. They made it very clear this week, but there was a rumor, so I'm glad that we're addressing it here. And by the way, how great was Ricky Starks on AEW wrestling Cody? And then again, how great was Eddie Kingston? Man, these guys showed up and showed out. So Ricky Starks, it was announced previously before his AEW debut that he was already gone from NWA. Not sure about Eddie Kingston just yet. So Kurt, step down. Nice way to put it. Yeah. I mean, officially, we can go through the stories and all that kind of stuff, but he did officially step down. Thanks for the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Raven who started those rumors. Well, I think even without Raven putting fuel on the fire, if a company all of a sudden has its wrestlers going elsewhere and they're not putting out any new content, I can see how that rumor would start, but it's not true. Just to let you guys know, it is not true. Destiny, now about Warhorse taking on Cody this Wednesday. Okay, so I have heard of Warhorse just because of social media. I've never seen him in person or met him, but it seems like the internet wants it. So I'm about to find out what it's all about. Jake says, Dustin, thank you for following me on Twitter. You're welcome, brother. I got your back. James, I'm so pumped up for Warhorse versus Cody for the TNT title. Should be good. Everybody's fired up about it. You know, I'm going to be placing that challenge at some point when they're back in Memphis. No, hopefully I'll be there doing something with them. Hello, James. How are you? Welcome to the live chat. I'm just answering some questions. If you guys have questions, well, let me talk about going back live. Let's talk about live action again. Destiny says his promos are fire. I've never seen him live. I have seen his promos. They are very, very funny. Jake says, I want to see you versus Ray Rosas. Well, let's talk about that. So we're obviously gearing back up for live action and brand new shows, even if it's without an audience. However, the world keeps changing around us. So the events that are taped out in California, there are some inspections and things that need to be done. And then we will be back having brand new matches. So you'll see that. It might take a couple of more weeks than what we first anticipated, but I'm sure you guys all understand exactly the world that we're living in today. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up. The King, hello. How are you? Tamarius, how are you? Welcome. Jordan Clearwater fan, I see. You're making the challenge in the live stream. Good. I have King Kong Bundy versus Jerry Lawler. James, King Kong Bundy versus Jerry Lawler. Oh, old school match right there. But anyways, here in the coming weeks, after next week's Falls Count Anywhere match between Heather Monroe and Lacey Ryan, which, by the way, to me is considered a match of the year candidate for Championship Wrestling. But after next week's program, you're going to see our program change a little bit more to the point where we're going to have matches that have never before been seen on CW30 Memphis or Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. So we've got some really fun stuff coming up. You're going to see a lot of very, very familiar faces. Some faces that you see on Wednesday night on Dynamite, AEW. Some guys that you see on NWA. It's the top wrestling action. You guys are really going to enjoy it. So we've got a vault or an archives that we have access to that's going to get us through the pandemic as well. James says Virgil wrestled in Memphis. Yes, he did. Ashley King, hello. It says hello from the royal family. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me. Destiny, will live wrestling in Memphis begin in Memphis before Hollywood? No. So what we have going on in Memphis here is we are partnered with CW30 Memphis and Local 24 here in Memphis, Tennessee. And those studios are still shut down. We've got some partnerships that we're ready to launch. We're just waiting on the right time. And of course, on the other side of the pandemic, things will definitely open up. But I'm telling you right here and right now, you will see wrestling recorded right here in Memphis, Tennessee for a Championship Wrestling product. And it's going to happen in 2021, if not before. And this has been the goal the whole time. And so when that happens, we're going to start introducing new characters, and you're going to see a whole different program, but you're going to see that it's still the fastest hour in professional wrestling with the United Wrestling Network. You guys are going to love it. I just can't wait. But as of right now, just like many others, we're kind of in a holding pattern, but also a growing pattern, meaning that some things might be on hold, but we've got them already ready. Yeah, that's what I meant. So they're ready to go, just waiting on the perfect timing, if that timing ever happens. All right, any other questions? Those are some good questions, guys. Also, if you don't follow us on social media, that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at CW30 Wrestling. And if you haven't already, man, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We have new videos that hit this channel each and every day, brand new episodes every Saturday at noon, no matter what. And then also a brand new podcast every Monday at noon hits. And we have live chats for those. Destiny says that makes me happy that you're going to be airing other wrestlers and matches we haven't seen in a while. Yes, there will be matches that, not that you haven't seen in a while, but some that you haven't seen at all. So those will be really good. Jake says, Dustin, when are you going to be streaming on Twitch? Oh, man. So tonight after the soccer match, let's see, it's 7:30 opening. So probably around 10 or 11 tonight, I'll get home and be like, oh, man, I just need to chill and play some games. I've been getting pretty good on Fortnite. Now, I'm not bragging because I can't build for anything. But as far as shooting, I've been getting like 5 or 6 kills a game. I'm not winning, but part of the fun is out there, eliminating the people or whatever. So that's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's twitch.tv/Dustin Starr. And Jake, I know you're a Twitch guy. I know that you watch Rhino JB, so you guys can check him out on Twitch as well. I believe that's twitch.tv/Rhino JB, RYNOJB. Big shout out to my guy. I know that he was in the live chat. He came out to the Dave and Buster's watch party. Let me tell you guys about that. I know at first people were like, wow, you guys are going to have a watch party. But if you were actually there or saw the pictures there, it was very socially distant. It was very tame. Lots of people respecting the rules and the policy and social distancing. So we all had our masks. We had to do the Memphis protocol that's going on in the city right now, but we had a great time. So we're going to be back for SummerSlam. That's absolutely free. That's on August 23rd in Memphis. So anybody in the Mid-South area, come watch some wrestling with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Tamaria says, what is one match you would love to see? Okay, I would love to see Anthony Idol versus Ray Rosas. I'd like to see that match as a rematch for Ray stealing the PP3 Cup. Of course, I'd like to be in the ring with Ray Rosas. I still have some unfinished business with him. And it makes it even worse now that my Maria is pregnant, because it makes me even more mad that he put his hands on her, even though she wasn't pregnant at the time. So it just adds fuel to the fire. But I'd love to see Anthony Idol versus Ray Rosas in a rematch. And we saw a little bit of that today, but I'm talking one-on-one. Idol will stomp him out. Kurt, so Monday you have both Jervis and Dice on the same podcast at the same time. Yes. So we're going to have one, then the other. These are going to be feature highlights from a previous interview that I did, but they fit perfectly with what we saw today on Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. So, Kurt, I don't know if you've heard those or not, but they're very, very good and they're highly entertaining, especially Zicky Dice. And I'm a huge Jervis fan, so I was marking out the whole time. Destiny, we watched Extreme Rules. What was your favorite match? Obviously, Mysterio and his eye. Yes, my favorite match had to be the Rollins versus Ray. And I was there for the fake eye. Like, I'm cool with that. You tell me that somebody has to have their eyeball extracted from their head in order to win the match. I want to see what they're going to do. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. We talked a lot about it on our Grind City Wrestling podcast this week, which you can check that out at grindcitymedia.com/podcasts. It's Grind City Wrestling every single Thursday. Yeah, Destiny, I had a big, juicy, double cheeseburger from Dave and Buster's that I was sinking my teeth into when all of a sudden Rollins started vomiting all over the floor. Perfect timing. Lamb says, you still have to be in quarantine after going to another state. Lamb, let's see. I think if you're in a certain state and you fly into the South, which I think Tennessee is one of those states, and then you go back home, I think you have to quarantine. At this point, I'm not leaving the state. Yeah, there's a lot of different rules. I'm not sure. And as you know, many people are not following the rules anyway, Lamb. This is America. Tamaria said Extreme Rules was okay. I didn't really like the swamp match. The swamp match was more like a horror skit. So when it was all happening, I was actually sitting there by Ryan Barber and Nosilla, and we were sitting there. That's Rhino JB. And we were sitting there, and I said, all right, so the Fiend's got to pop out of the water. It's the scary movie. He's got to pull him in. And it happened. It was like, whoa. So it was just like a scary movie. Jake says both Gentleman Jervis and Zicky Dice on Twitch. They are fantastic on Twitch, by the way. Kane says it was like a movie. Yes, it was very much like a movie. The only thing is if The Fiend was the last one standing in the end like that, he should be the champ. And I understand it was a non-title match, but why on earth would you have a pay-per-view championship match be non-title? That makes zero sense to me. So, but I got a couple of more minutes with you guys here. My call time for soccer is 5:45, so I'll be out there, and then the game starts at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll be out there for a couple of hours tonight. So check my social media at Dustin Starr. I'm going to be posting some pictures. I'll show you how they're socially distancing out there and all that good stuff. But this 901 FC, baby. Woo! Any other questions, guys and gals? I will tell you this while you guys are typing in your questions, that I did speak to Rust Taylor. And if you guys missed that interview on the United Wrestling Network, I'm going to have it not this Monday, but the following Monday on the Championship Wrestling podcast. And you're going to want to check this out because there were a couple of really news-breaking topics and statements that were made out of this interview with Rust Taylor. And Rust just debuted at New Japan Pro Wrestling. Did an awesome job, obviously, him and Danny Limelight Rivera. Congratulations to both of them. But myself and senior official Nick Bonanno, we spoke to him, Rust Taylor, and just asked him about debuting and asked him about the pandemic and asked him about his relationship with his tag team partner. Because, we haven't seen them since we haven't seen the Soul Burners since they lost the tag team titles. We hadn't seen Russ Taylor or Tommaste back. So I asked him about that, and you guys are going to be real interested in what he had to say about COVID-19 and also his tag team partner and their friendship and relationship. So you got to check that out. That's not this Monday. That's going to be next Monday. I'll have it featured on the Championship Wrestling podcast presented by Be Free CBD. Rith Thing says, what happened to Brendan Vink, Shane Thorne, and Riddick Moss? Not sure, brother. Think you might have the wrong show. Not sure. Anybody know in the chat? Help him out. Destiny, she's got to go. Love this time with you and the family, the wrestling family. Have so much fun. Love Rust. I do too. He's so friendly and super talented. Best wishes to him always. Thank you for joining me, Destiny. I'll talk to you, I'm sure, on social media throughout the week. I appreciate it. What's the name of the account on Facebook? Our account is at CW30 Wrestling on all forms of social media. So if you type that into the search on Facebook, we'll come right up. Is that who you were talking about, Tamarius? Also, Lamb says, I wish I was awake for the interview. Those live interviews are always so early in the morning. Don't worry, Lamb. You are definitely going to love this interview when you hear it. It's only roughly 30 minutes. The version post on our podcast will be a little bit less than that. But it's definitely some breaking news in that interview, and I'll just leave it like that. Rith says, will you challenge Cody for the TNT title? Absolutely. And, don't let the suit and tie fool you. I would beat Cody's ass. Oh, yeah. Hey, another little funny thing that came up in the live stream. Tell me you guys' thoughts. When we have a Memphis championship belt and a Memphis champion here, what should we call the champion? Should it be the CW30 Memphis Championship, TV Championship? CW30 TV Championship? Southern Heavyweight Championship? Like that's the tradition, is call it the Southern Heavyweight title. Or should it be the Memphis Heritage title, kind of like the Hollywood Heritage title? Stay within that realm. Because you have the Arizona State Championship over at Championship Wrestling from Arizona. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me tell you, I'm extremely excited about releasing the design whenever this happens. No time soon, but I'm really looking forward to releasing this championship belt, because if you guys think the WWE United States title is ugly and don't like it, oh my gosh, I love it. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about our title whenever we have it made. So what's your thoughts on that? Lamb, I know you have an opinion. Being kind of a big diehard and wrestling historian, so to speak. I think so too, Tamarius. The WWE United States title is absolutely beautiful. I really like the Memphis title. I'll think on it and get back to you. Yeah, if it was the Memphis Heritage title, it would just stay. It would fall in line with what United Wrestling is already doing. Lamb says Memphis Heritage Championship sounds great. To be honest, Southern Heavyweight title would be very traditional. Yes, I agree with that, Lamb. That's huge. Memphis is king. Thanks, Destiny. We appreciate you. Jake, Dustin, do you know that your arch nemesis Ray Rosas is the Arizona? Yes, Arizona State champion is Ray Rosas. Plus, he's holding Percy's privilege, which means that he can cash that cup in, that urn. He can cash it in anytime, any place for any championship. And he almost did it last week. He didn't even have a chance to do it this week. He got stomped out by the Wolf Zaddies and Anthony Idol. Willie Bowen is pulling for Wolf Zaddies and anchors away in the Crockett Cup whenever NWA Power resumes. Yeah, I think that would probably be the first thing that they do is the Crockett Cup as soon as they come back. David Marquez is with NWA Power, so be sure to follow him and stay up to date on what they've got going on. Do you know Batista? I have met Batista, but I don't know Batista. He's actually good friends with one of my good friends. Tamarius, what wrestlers would you not want to face from any wrestling brand? I don't know if there's anybody that I wouldn't really want to face. I wouldn't face New Jack. Let's put it that way. Rith Thing says, what are your dream matches? One from WWE. Well, if I was going to wrestle anyone in WWE, it would be whoever the WWE champion is, because what better match to have than against the WWE champion? One from NXT. I don't know. I don't know who I'd want to wrestle from NXT. And one from AEW would be Cody. And one from New Japan. Probably just whoever's a champ, because you get paid more when you wrestle the champ in the main event. Thanks for tweeting out the stream, Jake. I got just a couple of more minutes here. Willie says, congratulations on being a dad. Thank you, man. This will be my second little boy. Weird thing, would you want to face Bo Dallas if he leaves WWE? Ooh, I'm a fan of Bo Dallas. I was friends with Bo Dallas when I worked with him in developmental. What makes you bring up Bo Dallas? You think we'd have a good match? Tamarius, you versus Drew McIntyre would be fire. Yeah, I'd have to figure that out, man. Drew McIntyre's a big dude. He's a big dude. I'm definitely going to have my Maria's help on that one. But guys, I'm wrapping things up. I got a couple of more minutes here, and then I've got to get working. And I just appreciate you guys for being on here each and every week, joining us for the show and the live chat. And then, of course, these live reactions are a lot of fun. I have not played Animal Crossing, Jake. I've not played that yet. I'm kind of just a Fortnite only guy. And so I don't really have time for that many video games. Bo is very underrated talent. He deserves better. Yes, but think about it this way, man. He does deserve better. He is very talented. But just imagine being paid a nice salary to sit at home and do nothing. Imagine a company signing you to a contract and paying you to do nothing. Sounds like a pretty good gig. Now, I know it probably sucks because he doesn't want to be doing that. He wants to be doing something else. But they sign him to a contract and pay him to do nothing at this point just so he doesn't sign with another company. It's pretty solid. But yes, he is underrated, and he probably deserves better, but he's getting paid. Don't worry about him. Willie Bowen, Samoa Joe on Championship Wrestling. Yeah, there's a Samoa Joe match. I don't know if that match will ever actually hit television just because of the quality of it. It was a live event. It wasn't a television event. Rid Thing says, who will win a match between Karrion Kross and Drake Maverick? I don't even think it's close. Time would run out very quickly for Drake. Jake said, would you ever go to California and confront Ray Rosas? My ticket is already punched. Not really, but I absolutely would. Yes. And that could happen here in the next coming weeks. You just never know. Kurt says Braun is the godfather of Bray's child. Interesting tidbit. Bray and JoJo had their second child. You guys know way too much insider information for me. I definitely worked with Bray and know Bray a little bit, or did, but I wouldn't have known how many kids they have and all that kind of stuff. I know you can get all that on the internet now. All right, guys. Well, happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm going to jump off here now. Don't forget, Monday, we've got Zicky Dice and Gentleman Jervis are going to be on the Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by Be Free CBD. Also, there are brand new matches in the feature match section. Last night, we premiered Simone Cherie versus Heather Monroe. It was their first encounter ever. It was from episode number 4. That was last year, our 4th episode. It was a fantastic match. It's already been viewed almost 1,000 times, so go over there and show some love. But hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Monday's a brand new podcast, and then next Saturday, not only will I be back live right here on this channel, but then also we have a brand new Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle featuring an Falls Count Anywhere match between Lacey Ryan and Heather Monroe. Alexa Bliss was in the Swamp match. Should Eric Rowan form his own version of Dark Order in another company? I'm not sure. Whatever makes him money. And Ashley King, you have a great day as well. I will see you guys probably later tonight on Twitch if you're there. That's twitch.tv/Dustin Starr. But of course, that'll be after the soccer match. Guys, gals, thank you. I'll see you later.